Jaiden, are you back in emotions?
You know those parents who are so hard and sad when you were little, where all the adults would get together at a house, pushing all their kids off into another room and play together? Well, one time when I was probably about 6 or 7, my family had a parent party, and all the kids decided to play hide and seek together. So I ran into the bathroom and hid behind the shower curtain. And looking back at this, I realized how horrible of a hiding spot that is, because that's basically the only spot you can hide in the bathroom, and I probably would have been found easily in a matter of minutes. But anyway, I was sitting there in the bathtub when someone walked into the bathroom, and I thought it was a seeker, so I stayed really quiet. But then I heard the door shut and the sound of someone opening the toilet lid. It was definitely not a seeker, or one of the kids for that matter. Turns out I had to sit in the bathtub completely motionless, listening to some guy pee for a good amount of time. And the whole time I was so scared he would look behind the shower curtain and find me just sitting in the bathtub, thinking I was trying to watch people pee or something. So eventually he left and I could get out of the bathroom, and after that I was done. I was done playing hide and seek for a very long time after that. And no, he didn't wash his hands. I was a child once. Alright, into the stories. I was a good kid growing up. I did what my parents said, followed their rules, ate what they put on my plate, maybe a bit too well. Flashback to the green bean incident. My mom told me that when I was a small toddler, sometimes I'd have horrible tantrums and rip all the sheets off my bed and sweep everything on my shelves onto the floor in an emotional outrage. She'd have to crack my door open afterwards and say, "Are you done?" so she could help me put everything back. If I wasn't, she'd lock me in my room for a bit longer as I continued being an indignant little tornado and try again in 10 minutes. I've grown out of that phase, luckily. I'm so conditioned to want to follow the rules and not do anything bad that people on multiple occasions have told me, "Jaiden, you're so good all the time. You've got to be rebellious every once in a while." And I say, no. Is that a start? I was such an obedient kid, I've only been grounded once in my entire life, and that story is pretty pathetic. I was maybe 6 at the time, and my parents were going out for a date night or whatever to get out of the house. Understandable. Jax was a pretty exhausting kid to deal with, so they left us with a babysitter. Now, as a kid, having a babysitter is emotionally conflicting. On one hand, you don't want this rando middle school kid to be telling you what to do. Go to bed. You're not my mom. You're not even old enough to go to the bathroom at school without asking for permission. Don't tell me what to do. But on the other hand, babysitters let you get away with way more than your parents. Oh, yeah, Mom always lets us have 3 Oreos. It's okay. It's fine. Don't worry.
They always read it the day before it's due, so
Normally
that would
we
have been on
only
the
have 2
14th
Oreos.
of
So
June.
sneaky. It was getting late that night, and before it was my bedtime, I wanted to play outside on our rickety little
Yeah, 3 weeks
playset.
ago,
Now,
he
I'd
came
already
and read
gotten ready for bed. I was in my pajamas and brushed my teeth, but I figured it's not past my bedtime yet, so everything's fair game. So the babysitter watched me
it. I
swing on the
remember what he
swings
said
for like
about
5
Tom
minutes
Monday
and then
when
go
this
down the
week.
slide one time. In the morning, when my parents were back, I woke up and they were like, "You're in trouble."
I think he said it was at 2.
Did I do something? What do you think you did? I don't know. Why do adults say that to children, by the way? What do you think you did? I don't know. Seems like you don't even know what I did and are trying to get me to rat myself out. The babysitter told us that last night you played in the backyard in your pajamas. What? We don't want you playing outside in your pajamas. You're grounded tomorrow. What the fuck? So I was grounded for a day because I played outside in my pajamas. But I cheated like 5 minutes of TV by sneak watching from around the corner, so who's the rebellious one now? There's this golf course a block or two down from my house that had a little lake, and my dad and I would ride our bikes to it every once in a while to feed the ducks. Also, yes, I know ducks shouldn't eat bread. If you didn't know that, don't feed wild ducks bread. Give them candy bars. We were feeding the ducks, minding our own business, when all of a sudden we hear from across the lake, Mabel! Mabel! There's a neighborhood of houses next to the golf
Well,
course
that
so
one
people
number
could look
must
out
be
and see
really
the
hard to
golfers.
read.
And in
I
the
mean,
distance across the lake, some lady was yelling, Mabel!
in that lens off.
Mabel! Wonder where Mabel is. Mabel,
Dad
get
will
over
never
here!
see
What are you
these
doing?
glasses.
Oh, she's talking to me. Mabel, you're in so much trouble! My dad and I didn't
Him
know
and
what to
his
do.
wife
This
are the
lady in
ones
the distance
reading
thought
it.
I was
I know.
Mabel when I was not Mabel. I am Jaiden, but she didn't know that. Mabel, what are you doing? Get
I
back!
know
And
he's
we
gonna have
pedaled
a
away.
wig
Now,
because
let's put
he would
ourselves in
have
the
a lot
point
of
of view of
pressure to
this
get that
lady across the
water.
lake. She walks out into her backyard. What a wonderful evening. I think I'm gonna treat myself to some relaxation time out in my backyard. Working my 9 to 5 job and managing 3 children as a single mom sure is hard work, especially since my doctor says I need to lower my stress because it's starting to take a toll on my depression. Okay, maybe a bit too much creative interpretation. She's in the backyard. She looks out across the lake. And what? Who's that? Is that little old Mabel across the lake? How'd she get there? And wait, is that a strange man with her? What the? Mabel, what are you doing? Get over here! That girl is in so much trouble when she gets back home. I've told her so many times about the dangers of. Is she running away with him? Hope Mabel wasn't in too much trouble when she got back home. Sorry, Mabel. This story didn't happen necessarily during my childhood, more teenagehood, but I think it's kind of funny, so I'm telling it. I went ice skating with a couple friends one winter, maybe when I was 15, 16. It was busy, but not too busy. Side note, one time my friend invited me to go ice skating, and we were the only two there. It was dope, but also felt like a weird ice rink Twilight Zone. Anyway, so we were skating around, like what we went there to do. I'm not anywhere near close to a good ice skater, but I hadn't fallen on my butt or head, so I considered it a successful day. After a while, we decided to do one more loop around the rink, and right before we were done, this little boy skates up to me. I wasn't very old at the time, but he was definitely younger than me, maybe 13 or something, I don't know. I looked down at him confused, and he goes, I like your hat. Oh, by the way, I was wearing a knitted hat that looked like a raccoon, so it was a good hat. Will you hold something for me?
Straighten it out. And if you don't like,
Okay,
call him
and
again.
you'll never
I did
forget
last
what he
month. I
says.
saw him
This is
twice.
possibly one of the smoothest things I've
I
ever
had some
heard
too.
from
I
a
made
little
him get
13-year-old boy. So he goes, will you hold
trying to
something
rinse
for
that
me?
real
And I
fast.
go, like, okay, what is it? And he goes,
Trying to do it real fast.
my hand.
Yeah. Oh, quit smoking.
I had no expectations on what he was gonna say, but that one definitely caught me off guard. I was so startled by his, what would you even call that? Pickup line request that I stumbled back, forgetting I was on ice skates. I didn't fall, but I definitely did one of those weird twisty maneuvers that your body pulls when it's off balance and trying not to fall down. The boy skated off because I think he wasn't expecting to actually physically startle me. Thinking about it, if you were to try and use a pickup line on someone and their immediate response is to be so surprised they almost fall backwards, that I don't know how to interpret that. Obviously, it
No, it
felt
ain't
like a
raining
warm-up,
yet.
but
Yeah.
I mean, that's gotta be some sort of
That cloud must not
commitment.
have any rain in
I
it.
wonder what would have happened
Should
if
cool
I
things
decided
down
to
though.
say yes to that kid instead of being a freaked out spaz. Maybe there was something there and we could have had a whole future with each other and had great times together, and I'll never know. He's out there in the world right now, and I'm talking about him, and he probably doesn't even know it. You like to make up fake life scenarios for other people. I'm gonna pretend he's going to university to be an orthopedic surgeon. Look it up. Okay, I'll just tell you. It's a doctor who specializes in
Here.
hands. See where
Lily's not hogging the bed.
Yeah. What if he tells his
Over
story
at
every once
this.
in a while to his friends? Dude, no, like
She
this
not
one
hogging the
time when I
bed.
was like
You
13,
got
I
room.
ice skated up to this random girl in an ice
You
rink
got room.
and
Your blankie's
asked her
right
to
here.
hold my hand, even though I
Right
didn't
here.
know her. Lol, random.
There's your
She slipped
pillow.
on the ice though, and it was weird. I just skated away. Meh, yeah, nah, I actually don't really care. My
Alright.
life's pretty fine without him. Have fun with your hand surgeries, my dude. Bye.
is my television store. And Hard to Beat by Jaiden Animations. Go check out her channel. I don't know how to link it below, so just search it up. Right here. Right here. Looks like this. This is her channel. This is a lot of videos. Lots.
Yeah, for a little bit. Open the blinds.
Real loud. Give,
Yeah, look up. That's like real.
give back.